And we're back. This is very talkative today.
What a great start.
Gotta be solving these riddles, so you gotta wake your brain up. Eat some of that cake.
I wish I had cake. I did have a Subway cookie though. It's pretty cakey.
Yeah, that's basically cake.
I became the Halloween party princess. That is not how she speaks. Oh no. Should I do old Angie? I became the Halloween party princess, and the tournament of quizzes and riddles just for me began. It looks like I get a medal for each puzzle I get right. If I get a lot, I'm supposed to get a wonderful prize from grandfather. Okay, Hero doesn't see.
Doesn't really matter. It's like the same entity within.
I have to think Oni-chan, because it's like Oni-chan, Oni-chan. Who should I start with? I don't think it matters. Start with whomever you like.
I'd better think up a killer puzzle while I have the chance. A killer puzzle, huh? Maria, didn't you have a quiz book in your bag?
Ooh, I do. This is making me think about the voices. I'm gonna give Angie a nasty one. Maria One-chan laughed with an evil smile. Looks like everyone's gonna try and bully me. I'm sure they'll think up some really hard questions. Don't worry, I'll lend a hand. Really? Of course. After all, I'm the princess's attendant. So, let's give it our all together and get a huge pile of medals. Okay.
Come now, Anji-sama. Start wherever you want. I, Goda, am ready to challenge you whenever you please.
Whoa, not so fast. The honor of the first audience with the princess belongs to me. Anji, begin with my challenge.
Okay. I suddenly got tense and my stomach began to feel tight. Then Aunt Ava gently held my hand. It'll be okay. Let's do this together. Okay. Auntie's become American.
Then let us begin, Anji. This is a story about December 25th, Christmas Day.
Christmas? Even though it was October, he suddenly started talking about Christmas. Is he going to ask what day Christmas is? I know that. It's December 25th.
On Christmas Day, a woman looked up at the night sky and spoke.
Eventually, the night will end and morning will come. Wouldn't it be wonderful if after the sun sinks and it becomes night once more, it could be Christmas again?
And then the man spoke. Okay, I'll make your dream come true for you. Is such a thing possible?
The day after Christmas is the 26th, the normal day. It is not a normal day, it's Boxing Day, Angie. You're missing out. That's impossible. Still Christmas, even after the sun rises. Oh, I've got it. Huh? How? How can the day after Christmas be Christmas again?
Think about it for yourself, Anji.
Oh, is it, like different time zones?
I don't know, is it?
You've done this before.
Literally 13 years ago. Actually, no, it wasn't that long ago. It was like 11 years ago. So on Christmas Day, a woman looked up at the night sky and spoke. Eventually the night will end and morning will come. Wouldn't it be wonderful if, after the sun sinks and it becomes night once more, it could be Christmas again? Then the man spoke. Okay, I'll make your dream come true for you. What is your thought? Is it possible or impossible?
I think if you, use time zones, it would be possible.
You're going to use time zones and say it's possible?
After the sun sinks and it becomes night once more, it could be Christmas again. I'll make your dream come true for you. Christmas in your dreams? Well, it's possible or impossible. Anything is possible.
Yeah.
A.
You want to go A?
Yes.
Oh, gee.
Oh, I see. It is possible.
Yeah, that's right. After all, there are 2 nights in every... What? Oh. Wait, what? Oh.
Maybe Angie will explain it.
Wait, wasn't it after the sun rises?
Let's see. Christmas even after the sun rises.
Yes, you can have there's 2 nights in one day, but that's not the sunrise. What is the logic here?
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah, it's probably... So I was thinking time zones as well. But it could be just she says this at midnight of Christmas.
Decky.
Yes.
I just looked at the sandwiches in the background.
Ignore them.
I want to eat one.
Pretend they don't exist. Look at the flowers instead.
The pumpkin.
So it could just be she says it at midnight of Christmas. Just oh, I wish tomorrow could be Christmas. And then they go to bed and wake up and it's still Christmas.
Like a servo chicken sandwich.
Oh my. What, for $6? $5.40?
Why are they so expensive? They should be $3.
Right. December 25th starts at...
Why did you put the numbers at midnight together? Why?
Starts at 12 midnight. Midnight is during the night, so that's the first night. Then morning comes, and when night falls, it's still the same day until midnight.
I don't actually think I agree with this logic.
We're Umineko logic, so you gotta... It's true. You gotta take it at face value.
Oh my goodness. Exactly. And both of those nights are nights on Christmas Day.
Am I awesome? Am I awesome? With a delighted smile, Aunt Ava patted my head vigorously.
Well done, Angie. I tried to make it a hard question, but you solved it like it was nothing.
Congratulations, Angie-sama. Here is a medal for getting the first question right.
Genji-san held out a gold-colored medal. Grandfather smiled at me, urging me to take it. Thank you!
Keep up the pace. Well now, that is all for my puzzle. Head over there and ask whomever you choose for a quiz.
It was a heavy gold-colored medal. If I get a lot of these right, my pocket might burst. I'm gonna get so many that I can brag about it to everyone. After bowing to Grandfather, I hurried off with Aunt Ava to where everyone else was gathered.
You got him.
I thought that was the game for a second. That's you.
Kinzo watched Anji go with a warm gaze.
That is not a warm gaze.
Did I make it a bit too easy?
No, the logic was weird.
No, I think it was just right.
Genji, have I managed to act the part of a good grandpa?
Of course.
Anji is young, and she frequently grows sick and is unable to come to Rokkenjima. She probably won't remember me well.
Young children have their own kind of cruelty. They think of kindness as something they'll naturally receive. And because they think of kindness as only natural, they forget about it quickly. It is no different from gratitude to one's parents. It will probably take Anji-sama many years before she understands.
Do you think she will eventually remember that I was a fun grandpa?
Yes, I am certain of it. Kinzo's expression grew slightly darker. Eventually, even Anji will get older, and she will probably hear how the public at large regards Ushirimiya Kinzo. The Ushirimiya Kinzo known by the public is completely different from the Kinzo who plays with his grandchildren. When she learns, will Anji remember the face of Kinzo the tyrant, known of by the world, or that gently smiling face?
I would hope for her to remember my smile if possible, but such a thing is probably too much to ask for.
There's no way around it. That's what children are.
Oh, it's you.
Children just eat up kindness and it never remains in their memories. By the time 12 years have passed, she will surely learn what a bizarre, eccentric Ushirimiya Kinzo was. Your smile is fated to be painted over by that and forgotten.
Most probably. No matter how much I spoil her, my love will not be rewarded.
However, just as it takes a long time to remember what you owe your parents, Anji will surely remember someday. She will remember the smiles you showed her. Clearly not.
Let her forget. One smile from her is the greatest parting gift I could ever take with me when my time comes. This is the essence of an unrewarded love.
I guess grandfathers are always unrewarded.
Oh, but I have been rewarded. With Anji's smile just now to look back upon, I could happily pass on in my sleep tonight.
Oh my goodness, is this foreshadowing?
With a lonely laugh, Kinzo spun around, setting his cape fluttering. This was all the love he could offer Anji as a grandfather. Part of him wanted to be remembered, but he knew he mustn't wish for that. That was how unrewarded love worked. After looking at Kinzo's back, Beato stared at Anji's back again.
Anji, even so, please remember it someday. Remember the smile that Kinzo once showed you.
Okay, whose quiz should I take next? I'm gonna challenge more and more people, get more and more medals for getting them right, and get a wonderful present to show everyone. Uncle Kraus and Aunt Natsuki are over there. They're looking this way and smiling. I'm sure they've thought up some interesting puzzles. There's Uncle Hideyoshi beep 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 beep.
Beaconing.
There's Uncle Hideyoshi beckoning for me to come over. He's a fun uncle, so I'm sure he's thought up a fun question. Mom and Dad are across from him. They're waving at me, telling me to have lots of fun. Dad probably knows a lot of really hard questions. It might be tough. Over there is Aunt Rosa and Maria One-chan. It looks like they're reading a quiz book together, searching for a problem.
I feel like I've turned into Maria.
One-chan. Every now and then, Maria One-chan glances over at me saying, She can be mean sometimes, so I'm sure her puzzle won't be a nice one. Beyond them are Battler Oni-chan, George Oni-chan, and Jessica Oni-chan. Battler Oni-chan is usually nice, but he sometimes says really mean things, and I think he likes seeing me get confused. I get the feeling that he'll give me a really tough problem. Is there anyone who looks like they won't be mean? If I can, I like to start with some easy puzzles to warm me up. All the way over there are Genji-san and Dr. Nanjo. I don't think those two will be mean to me. And then there's Shannon and Canon. Shannon knows a lot of quizzes and fairy tales. I'm sure she'll give me something unique. Then we have Goro-san and Kumasawa-san who are serving tea. Kumasawa-san might be tough. I kind of think she'll give me a really confusing problem. It looks like everyone might be pretty tough.
Hanji-chan, I've got a good one for you. Over here.
Uncle Hideyoshi is calling for me. What should I do? Should I go?
Is this a choice? Is it going to be similar to the cake? Like you choose?
We'll see.
Do you want to try Uncle Hideyoshi?
Yeah. The order doesn't matter. After all, I'm gonna challenge everyone. I rolled up my sleeves and headed towards Uncle Hideyoshi.
Wahahaha! Here you are. Mine's a tricky one, okay?
I wonder what sort of question you'll give her. Don't make it too hard, okay?
It's okay if it's hard. I'll solve it.
Oh, looking pretty confident there. Okay, here it comes.
After clearing his throat, Uncle Hideyoshi started telling his question.
Mine's a riddle. Listen closely now. You know the story of Momotaro, right?
The boy who floated down a river in a peach?
That's right. But you know, one day, an apple floated down that river.
An apple?
Yep. And the next day, a butternut squash floated down it.
I hate butternut squash.
And then, the next day, some cabbage floated down it. And the next day, a dill pickle did. And the next day, an eggplant floated by. And the day after that, a fig did.
What a strange that went.
That's definitely able.
What a strange tale. Did a greengrocer live upstream or something?
Okay, here's the question. What floated down the river the next day?
Huh?
I've got it. Do you get it, Auntie-chan?
I don't get it.
Then I'll give you a hint. There's a pattern to the things that float down the river. Can you guess what the pattern is?
What a huge hint.
Well, squash, cabbage, dill, eggplant, fig. A.
Why?
A, B, C, D, E, F. Grapefruit.
I see. So are you sure about that?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it says a grapefruit, an onion, and then just lettuce. Are you sure?
Well, then cabbage becomes null and void because it's some.
It's a.
I know, it's a grapefruit.
What are you laughing at?
That's right. It wasn't one of the choices, but green beans would have worked too.
The names will follow the alphabet. Apple was A. Butternut squash was B. Cabbage was C. I feel like I'm on Sesame Street. It kept going with D, E, and F.
The letter of the day is G.
G. So after F comes G.
G.
G! You know when they used to have on like old school Sesame Street those shorts and it'd be the letter appearing and
Yeah.
it was just like lots of kids going G, G,
They
G.
would, yeah, that's why I
G.
repeated it.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks, Aunt Ava. I got it right thanks to your hint.
The two of them are just going back and forth. You solved it by yourself, Anji-chan. Incredible.
Yep, nice work. Now, here's your medal for getting it right.
Hideyoshi took out a gold-colored medal and placed it on my palm. It felt heavy in my hand. Yeah, this is what victory feels like. I'd better keep it up.
Just imagine losing and then dropping all your medals.
I've got another medal for Ava's puzzle, but I can't think of any more.
Then maybe I should give Anji-chan a puzzle.
Huh? You will?
Sure. How about a quiz for the princess from her attendant? I've thought of a fun one, so please have a go at it.
Aunt Ava smiled brightly. I want to get as many medals as possible, so of course, I want as many chances as I can get. Okay, I'll have a go at it.
That's the spirit. Okay, here it comes. What are we looking at? The plane? We've talked about how I love to travel, haven't we?
Yeah, you said you like traveling overseas a lot.
That's right. So this will be a puzzle about traveling. There was a traveler in a certain place.
A traveler?
First, the traveler walked 5 kilometers north.
Should I write this down on a piece of paper?
Don't worry. The puzzle isn't that hard, so listening to it will be enough. The traveler first walked 5 kilometers north. Then he walked 5 kilometers east. Then he walked 5 kilometers to the south.
5 kilometers north. 5 kilometers east. 5 kilometers south? You mean like a blocky N?
That's right. So, you'd end up at a spot 5 kilometers to the east of where we started.
Wait, what is this N?
You go up,
Isn't
right,
it a
down.
like... What?
It's like a square without the bottom part.
Yeah, well, what?
Yeah, that's the shape of an N. See? An N right here.
On its side?
What? North, east, south.
Yeah, north is up, so you got your vertical line,
Yeah.
and then east is across to the
Yeah.
right, and then south is down. Ah.
I'm starting to get worried.
Why
We
was
actually
it
might not
sideways
solve
in my
some of
head?
these.
I don't understand. Uh,
Oh, wait, but there's more.
that's right. That's what you'd think, right? But incredibly, this traveler ended up in the exact same spot as he started. Is something so mysterious possible?
There's no way. His compass must have gone crazy.
Of course it didn't. Do you know Anji-chan?
It wasn't because of his compass? Is this a play on words?
No, this is a real quiz. For a hint, why don't you try thinking about a globe?
Okay. There was
Wait,
a
what?
certain traveler who walked 5 kilometers north, 5 east, and then 5 south, but he ended up at the same spot. This place does exist, but what sort of place is it? What do you think?
Mum and Dad used to make me do puzzles like this all the time. I was originally thinking, but it's already like a spanner is already in the work, thrown in the works.
Well, what were you
So I was thinking it could be like if you was in like a helicopter and north was actually going up and then down, I mean across and then back down, so it was like landed on land, and that is what is the same place.
Well, it says he walked.
Yeah, that's why I was like, that doesn't work for my theory in my brain.
And that's just moving in the y-axis.
Yeah, I know.
much
I'm trying to
Minecraft.
think. There was a similar puzzle that I had to do as part of a test, and it was something to do with like the walls of the house all point to north, or there's something to do with walls and windows, and then the like question is what color is the bear, and it's supposed to be white because technically you're in the North Pole. And I'm wondering if
Yeah.
it's a similar type of one, but I'm not.
Well, there's a reason, I guess, for it to be between a hot and cold place. Or maybe it doesn't exist. But obviously it's sounding like a trick question, so... Or trick, quote unquote. So what do you think? A very hot place I imagine to be like a desert. A very cold place, what are you thinking?
Mountains or snow?
What about like the North Pole, South Pole?
Well, it's also cold, yes. That is very cold places.
But position on the globe.
What do you mean?
If you were to walk north in like the top or bottom of the earth, you know?
So it's a cold place.
Why?
So if you're talking about like the globe is not massively huge, and say it was 5 kilometers to the top and bottom, going 5 kilometers north take you to the North Pole, you're going around east. You're still in the North Pole. You go down south, and it's the South Pole. It's not the exact same spot you start in, though. Unless... Yeah, because at the poles, it's kind of all north, isn't it? All north or all south. Does that make sense? It makes sense in my brain.
I'm incredibly stupid right now.
Let's
The
look
way
at
I'm
the...
seeing it is, if you're walking towards the pole, like the North Pole, you're heading north. Say you head 5 kilometers and that puts you directly in north. Then you head east, and like the shape of a globe is going to put you that way. And then going south is like directly underneath, which is the exact same place that you started. I'm just like seeing a triangle when I do it.
I'm not seeing what you're seeing.
Yeah,
But yes.
I can't explain it. Well, I don't know how to put it into words, but the visual in my head makes sense. You know, people are going to
Look
be
at
like, how have they gotten
Eddie.
this far? Did they even
I feel
graduate
like we
school?
need the like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire theme music playing with these.
So you want to lock in C, A?
B, lock in B.
You want to lock in B?
Look in B.
It's loading a gun. Are you sure? 3,
Yes.
2, 1.
I got it. It's a really cold place. Yeah, it must be incredibly cold there.
Perfect. Auntie-chan, you must really be a genius to get something like that at your age.
If you start at the South Pole,
Damn it.
then after you go north, going east just draws a circle around the South Pole.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking in my head, except I didn't put it in words like that.
Yeah, me too.
So anytime you head south again, that just takes you right back to the South Pole.
Except I was thinking north.
I tried to make it an extra hard puzzle, but Auntie-chan was just too good.
Congrats! Here's another medal for you.
I got a heavy gold-colored medal. Alright, I did it. Aunt Ava and I held up our fists in celebration.
Okay, that's all of our puzzles. Go ask one of the others to give you one.
Okay, thank you, Uncle Hideyoshi.
Your aunt's really clever. With the two of you together, you'll be getting medals right and left.
Yep, that's right.
Let's do our best together, Aunt Ava. Yeah! I dashed away. Who will I ask next?
I feel like I need to go back to like primary school right now.
Why?
These questions are too hard.
Do you remember how you guys used to get them for homework? Like you get
Yeah.
one, like, what is it? Lateral thinking
I
question.
loved those.
You did actually.
Uncle Hideyoshi waved goodbye smiling. You
What was
got
that?
one medal. So yeah, every time you get like the correct answers, you get like this extra scene afterwards. So we had it with Kinzo, and now we're having it with Ava Hideyoshi. Hideyoshi and Ava watched as Anji ran off happily, looking for the next quiz.
Even though that kid can wear such a cute smile, I will be the one who takes that away from her. What the?
Ava.
Ava hung her head. A single tear sparkled in her eye.
Is she sentient?
This is... Just continue.
I thought she's supposed to be a chess piece.
This is, Battler's putting, I guess, he's putting everything into... I don't know how to explain it. But we have had instances of pieces recalling things from previous games, namely Canon Shannon, so take that with a grain of salt, I guess.
Her reaction was only natural considering how she felt. But I wasn't able to see past it and accept her feelings.
It can't be helped. You're as human as anyone else. Humans tend to be more fragile than you'd think.
Even so, it was my fault. After all, I already had the experience of bringing up a child, right? I should have become her mother, and yet I let sadness overwhelm me, and I didn't do it at all.
It can't be helped, I tell you. Don't think you were the only one at fault. You shouldn't blame yourself so much.
By now, Ava was unable to hold back her sobs. Large tears dripped down her cheeks as she stared at the ground and shook.
What is a sin? What is a sin? What a sin I've committed. My sadness was no greater than hers. Yet I decided that I was suffering the most, so I didn't accept her feelings. I'm a failure of a mother. I wasn't able to become a mother for her.
That's wrong. You did your best for her, Ava Ne-san.
Kirie-san.
Kitty and Rudolph were standing behind Ava now. Yeah.
After, like, the last, was it game?
Game? Tea party?
Or was it part of, I'm trying to,
What do you...
Like, when we had that one where Leon and Angie were showed, like...
Yeah, the tea party.
The, like, parents being like, yeah, we're gonna, like, kill everyone. I just can't, like, take Kirie the same.
I mean...
Like, she said she hated her, like, she didn't care about her own child.
Was that true? Who knows?
True. I know the lengths you went to keep the truth from Archie.
You held out well, Haniki. Guess that daughter of ours really has been a pain, and clueless about how much you suffered. After the accident on Rikenjima, Ava, the only one who left Rikenjima alive, adopted Anji, the girl who had been absent and survived. While they would eventually develop a sad and mutually painful relationship, it wasn't like that at first. Ava tried to show affection for Anji, her last remaining blood relative. She tried to become Anji's new mother, even as she fought back the sadness she herself felt. However, Anji wasn't able to accept that kindness. She lashed out at Ava, the only one who had returned alive, for stealing her parents away from her. Ava, understanding the wounds that this little 6-year-old girl bore, withstood these attacks. She grit her teeth and poured all of her affection onto Anji, affection that went ignored. However, the wounds Ava herself bore were also extremely deep. She was never rewarded for her sad efforts, and the future in front of her grew dark.
You tried to show Anji the same affection you once showed George-kun.
But that was just for my own satisfaction. Anji-chan never felt any of it.
Hanji was the one who couldn't accept it. It isn't your fault.
What is this blame Anji party? But who could possibly ask that of Anji-chan when she was just 6 years old? I should have held out much, much longer until she could understand my feelings. Ava-san, I want you to believe one thing. We don't blame you in the slightest. Kirie-san! Thank you so much for suffering so long for Anji's sake. If that kid has a human heart, then I'm sure she'll recognize the affection you showed her someday.
Thank you, Aniki. We'll always be grateful.
Isn't that wonderful, Ava? Your efforts haven't gone unnoticed.
How are you doing, Anji-sama? If you wish, I, Goda, would be pleased to challenge you.
And I, Kumasawa, have a very tricky puzzle for you. It doesn't matter how hard it is. I'm not alone. I'll solve it with Aunt Ava.
Goda and Kumasawa offered to... Where's the sons? What is this familiarity, Anji? They're your seniors.
They're servants.
Koro and Kumasawa offered to challenge me. I'll have to go up against everyone in the end, so it doesn't matter who comes next. I waved at Aunt Ava to hurry up, and she ran towards me.
So we're challenging this pair next. Who will we start with?
Okay, Koro-san.
Very well, as you wish.
I feel like I just summoned a Pokemon.
Here is my puzzle.
I'll warn you, it's a toughie.
Oh, I can't do Kumasawa's voice right now.
I'll still solve it. I've gotten the knack of it.
You'd better not underestimate Anji-chan, right?
Right.
My. Well then, being the humble chef that I am, here is a puzzle about food and the kitchen.
We'll fight together this time. If you don't get it, just ask me to lend a hand. I'll give you a hint.
If I get a hint, does that mean I won't get a medal?
It won't affect your medals at all, so feel free to ask away.
Look at this.
What the heck? He didn't even... What?
We have an Aunt Ava ask button.
Okay.
In a witch's house, there was a magic kitchen. Should I read this in Curtis?
Yes.
Every day, it would serve a freshly made meal for the witch when she returned at an appointed time. One day, the witch had to work very late. When she finally got home, all of the food greeted her. "Welcome home, great witch. I've made some vegetable stew for you," said the stew in the pot. "Welcome home, great witch. Please quickly dip me in the stew and eat me," said the bread. "Welcome home, great witch. You must be thirsty. Please drink me right away," said the white wine.
Welcome home, great witch. If you eat me, the heat of the day will be wiped away,
said the ice cream dessert. "Now then, one of these is lying. Which one is it? The stew, the bread, the wine, or the ice cream?"
Wait.
What are you waiting for?
Okay, so the is it the kitchen that's cooking the food, or the food is cooking the food? Because it's
There's
like
a
the
magic
first one
kitchen.
is the stew.
Every
the
day it
pot.
would serve a freshly made meal for the witch when she
Said,
returned in the
I've
morning
made some
time."
vegetable stew for you. It is the stew.
What do you mean?
Hard
you mean
bread.
the answer is stew or what?
Oh, I'm just confused.
I've made some vegetable stew for you, said the stew in the pot.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Dip me in the stew and eat me, said the hard bread. That's not really a lie. He must be thirsty, could be a lie. Or, I guess not. Technically.
Oh, it's kind of just a rhetorical question.
If
The
you eat
only
me,
thing that could be lying is either the stew
Stew
or the ice
or the
cream.
ice cream.
If you eat me, the heat of the day will be wiped away. Well, not if it's a
Mhm.
cold day.
Well, do you want to ask Ava?
I feel like we should ask Ava just because the button is there.
Ask Ava because
Does it do anything?
no, I haven't pressed it yet.
Press the button.
I'm sure she'll say it. I won't say it.
I've got it. Now we're sounding like Beatrice. The hint here is that the witch got home much later than usual. What happened? Oh! Okay. Yes.
What happens when she gets home later than usual?
Think carefully. The food is always freshly made and served at the usual time, right? So, what happens when she gets home long after that?
What happens?
It goes cold. I still feel like it's the ice cream.
So you've got the stew.
It hasn't lied though, it's just that I've made stew for you.
But the kitchen makes the stew, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the ice cream, which says the heat of the day will be wiped away. Depending how you want to take that.
I just feel like the heat is already gone. It's cold, so it's not there to begin with, and everything else is cold, so it's not going to be like she could eat anything. And if there is any remaining heat left, it'll be taken away by the cold food.
So if the ice cream...
The ice cream would be soup, though.
Yeah, that's the point. I mean, there's a few points. There's the ice cream could have melted. And there's also the fact that she got home late. And thus, it's not a hot day anymore. It would be nighttime, right? Well, I guess it depends at what time she returns as well. It does say when she had to work very late. What did Ava say? Ava said it was... Let's see what Ava said. Yeah, it's because she got home much later than usual. What happens when she gets home? Think carefully. Food is always freshly made and served at the usual time. So what happens when she gets home long after that?
I want some hard bread now with some stew.
I don't want anything right now.
It's nearly midnight. We shouldn't be reading things and looking at food.
I've been eating food late at night.
I've been craving soft drink. It's so bad. I probably haven't been eating enough. It's probably why I'm like my body is like, give me sugar. Need that sugar high. I still think the ice cream.
Wanna go with the ice cream?
Well, you can't eat it. You gotta drink it.
Locking in D.
Yeah, let's see. Will this be a correct answer or will it be our first wrong one?
Lock in D, Eddie.
The ice cream! The witch got back really late, so the ice cream would have melted. She couldn't eat it.
Nicely done. See? Auntie-chan is a clever girl, isn't she?
I just want to go back to school. Just like, I can't believe we're spending so much time on these children's questions.
I thought you wanted to talk about it.
I did. But at the same time, I was so conflicted. I was like, it could be A though, because of what it said. Congratulations, Anji-sama. Very impressive. How quickly you saw through the puzzle that I, Goda, put all my efforts into.
It was totally easy. Aunt Ava's puzzle was harder.
Thanks.
Congratulations. This medal is your prize for answering my question correctly.
Thank you. Okay, that was easy. Now let's take a shot at Kumasawa's son's puzzle.
There's the sun again.
You got mail.
Looks like I'm up next. Now, let's test Anji-sama with my specially made super hard puzzle. Are you ready?
How hard is it?
Oh my goodness. No, I don't like that. Well, I need water. Yes, and let's drop everything. All right. You'll have to wait and see. And now, let the mackerel dessert puzzle begin. What is with her and mackerel? She really loves it, doesn't she?
Mackerel dessert?
This is Kumasawa-san we're talking about, so you can bet it'll be a strange one. Be careful. I feel like Aunt Ava has like a different... And her face just looks different here.
I have been looking at her eyes the past, like, couple episodes. It just looks wonky for some reason.
It feels like she's got like a softer face. She's normally like got like this outraged expression most of the time. I don't know. It just feels like the sprite looks different for some reason.
Oh, I'm getting just DDLC vibes from her eyes. Because they, like, feel like too far apart or something. Or like the iris.
Yeah, maybe.
Kumaba-chan.
Yep.
You.
You squashed it. The cook was in trouble. Dinner had been fully prepared except for the dessert, but he had no ingredients except sabra, mackerel, and leftovers. Then the cook had a flash of inspiration. By changing just a single letter, he could make a grand dessert out of those leftovers. Which letter did he change?
SRBA.
Wait, what?
Those are the letters. Sabara.
Sabara. Sabara. Wait, what?
Carbonara.
The cook, by changing just a single letter, he could make a grand dessert out of those leftovers. Sarah? Wait. S-A... Wait. What letter did he change?
Mm-hmm.
S-R-B-A. But it doesn't say what he changed it with.
Yeah, you gotta figure that out. She says he could make a grand dessert out of the leftovers.
But the leftovers don't mean it's dessert, right?
He could make a grand dessert out of the leftovers. So, can you think of a dessert wherein if you change one of those letters from Sabara, it'll give you the name of dessert?
All I'm thinking of is cake. Let's think of dessert names. Well, no, let's ask Aunt Ava first. Might just help.
You want to phone a friend?
Yeah.
Or do you want to ask the audience? We'll ask a friend.
Aunt Ava, do you get it?
She says you have to change one. She says you have to change one letter, so that's probably some sort of word game. Her choice of words is suspicious to say the least. Try and think of some kind of dessert that you can make by changing a letter in. Wait, you change a dessert? Wait, my brain. Ah, I've got it.
Huh? What is it? What is it?
Forget changing a whole letter. You only need to change one line. In fact, that pretty much gives you the answer.
Are we wrong?
One line.
Yeah, I remember. You gotta read it carefully. Read it carefully. The final line, not which letter did he change, but the one before that. Read it carefully.
Wait. Oh!
Oh? Come on, what's your thoughts? Thought process?
The cook was in trouble? I don't know.
What are you thinking of this whole time?
My brain is
Just
tired.
like,
It's nearly,
you're like,
it's
oh,
11:30 at night.
he was in trouble. It just reminds me of Breaking Bad.
Liar.
What?
Right. Dinner had been fully prepared except for the dessert, but he had no ingredients except sabara. Then the cook had a flash of inspiration. By changing just a single letter, he could make a grand dessert out of those leftovers. One of these things is not like the other.
The mackerel? The leftovers?
I even said it.
Dinner?
Okay, let me have a look. So, ignoring the brackets, there's one word that is repeated, but it's not actually the same word.
Wait.
I mean, aside from like the a, had, he, etc. Aside from those conjoining words.
Cook?
No.
Wait, say that again.
There's a particular word that is repeated twice. But it's
Yeah,
not...
cook is in there twice.
No, but it's not actually the same word. That's why I said you need to read it carefully.
Oh. It's B.
Why is it B?
Because it's not something you can eat, but like the desert, the Sahara Desert.
You wanna look in BR?
Yeah.
Or BR? You sure?
C. It's C.
You wanna look in CB or
Yes.
BR? Which?
C. C. C.
Looking in C then.
I got it. The letter is B. If you change the B in Savara to an H, you get Sahara. Ho, 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 ho. That's correct.
The last line said you could make a grand desert out of Savara, not dessert.
I figured out a trick in Japanese and English. Am I awesome? Am I awesome?
You're so smart, Anji-chan. You deserve a pat on the head.
I like it when you do that. Just change a single letter and even Mackerel can make a fine dessert.
Desert.
Dessert! Dessert! Desert! Are you starting to see Mackerel's true power?
The day I'm forced to serve a joke like that for dessert, I imagine heads will roll.
I wouldn't like it either. I like ice cream for dessert.
Of course. By the way, we shouldn't be worried, should we? What about tonight's dessert?
Oh, ho, 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 ho. I can hardly wait to surprise everyone with the mackerel fruit parfait waiting in the kitchen there. No! Everyone burst out laughing. For some time after that, I was tormented by the terrifying image of a parfait neatly topped with mackerel chunks. What a shame! I tried so hard to stop Anji-sama from getting that prize, but she solved my best riddle like it was nothing.
Though she said that, Kumasawa smiled. A gold-colored medal glittered in her wrinkly hand. Anji took it.
Well then, that's all for our puzzles.
Please keep up the pace. Get more and more medals and win that splendid prize from the master.
Oh, thank you. I'll keep Ava.
Let's keep it up.
We rushed away. Okay, who should we take on next?
Who got one medal?
It seems that all of a sudden cut that out. Cut that bit out.
Go on.
Oh, it seems that all of a sudden the tiny girl who used to hide and tremble in Kirie's shadow has grown to be so bright and cheery.
With each passing family conference, one can feel the growth of these youngsters. After just a few years more, Anji-sama will surely learn of love, of makeup, and will eventually grow to be a true lady.
Very true. If she grows normally with the passing of time, that is.
Cruel fate will force the chick called Anji into a lonely future. If an egg isn't warmed, it won't hatch. The egg she is now will not be warmed by anyone, and it will not hatch. Inside that frozen egg, will Anji-sama have no choice but to face an isolated future?
An eggshell can always be broken from the inside. A cold shell may be very, very hard, but that does not mean it cannot be broken.
Does Anji-sama have the strength to do that?
Is she capable of achieving that or not? I hear that question is what this final game is all about.
Perhaps we should have sent her a clearer message. If the egg cannot be warmed, could we not at least strike it from the outside to make it easier to crack?
If a chick with the power to break its own shell is forced on the egg.
Wait, is forced outside the egg? Wait, what? Wait, I'm confused.
It's basically saying if a chick can't break its own shell, or if a butterfly can't break out of its own cocoon, kind of thing.
Then butterfly makes more sense to me because I'm more familiar with that. Do chicks die if they get helped out of an egg?
No, not always.
Because you know how, like, if you help a butterfly, it's
it's
death.
Chicks, like, I think they do need to have that, but they can still survive. It's not like a death sentence.
Because does the mother help them, or does the mum just, like, watch them?
I think I've seen a chicken help before in like a video. From what I remember one where they helped it out, but its legs were weak, so it took a bit longer to be able to walk around properly. But then afterwards it was fine. So yeah, they're a little bit different, but can we not somehow explain their power and resilience to her?
The cheer is throwing me off. I'm thinking of Azumanga Dyer.
Words have... Words have...
Where's the house coming from?
Words mean nothing if they are merely given. They must also be accepted.
No matter what we try, I can't get a voice tonight, Ducky.
Words mean nothing if they are merely given. They must also be accepted. No matter what we try to give Arji-sama, it will be meaningless unless she accepts it.
You're right. No matter what we try to tell her, it won't matter unless she listens.
We can do nothing but watch over her. You can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make it drink.
We can do nothing but pray that Arji-sama chooses a better future for herself.
Oh, Kumasawa's killing me tonight.
If Arji-sama does not abandon herself to anger for the sole purpose of distracting herself from her resignation and sadness, if she can just be honest about that one single wish that she truly desires more than anything else, then you can be certain that she will make her greatest wish come true.
It is ironic. Since the very beginning, she has been denying that greatest wish of hers herself.
Excuse me.
Laughter brings happiness. Tears bring misfortune. Those who believe will be saved. People have the power to create their own futures by the strength of their emotions.
I wish we could just let her hear those words.
Butler-sama is very strict. He's hoping that Anji will realize it by her own power alone, and is not permitting even words of this nature to be told to her.
It seems we can do nothing but watch over her.
And so let us pray. Pray that she grasps the world she desires most with her hands.
Should we leave it there?
I think so. I think so.
I feel like, I don't know if I'm remembering it wrong, but I swear when I did it in, like, the original, you could choose who you went to.
Maybe.
It's been a long time there, so I don't entirely remember. But yes. Hopefully I need to go and, like, do some study so I don't look as dumb when we go through these children's puzzles.
I think you've got to learn to like see things in a simplistic view, because that is how children often see things.
Nah, I think I'm just
And
dumb.
why it's tricky for adults is because we tend to overcomplicate things.
But then you got Ava. Ava got them all. She got them all so easily.
Ava's an NPC in this.
I'm an NPC as well.